Okay, next, let's do eyes. All right, so first of all, I'm gonna focus on my brows to begin with. And this brow wax that we have, I keep it in the tin by itself, but this will give more life, more just fluffiness, just bring out your brows a little bit more with this brow wax. So if you've never used brow wax before, highly recommend it. I've never used brow wax before either until I tried this, but you do have to wet it. So you can do like a drop of water in it, or I use a stay spray here and I just spray it. And then I go in with our line brush. This is the spoolie. It's a little dirty. I gotta clean it. It just has wax in it. But this is the line brush, and I use the spoolie first and just kind of go in and lift those hairs up. And same to the other side. And what I'm gonna do is let this kind of dry while I do my eyeshadow. All right. So, looks kind of crazy right now, but as you can already tell, like it looks like my brows grew within seconds with this stuff. So, love it. All right, let's do eyes. So, we have tons of eyeshadows to choose from. They're mainly powder eyeshadows. We do have 4 creams, but these are some of them here. And I am going to start with, let's go in, let's do the color Leo here. All right, so Leo, this is one of our powdered eyeshadows, and I am going to use our eyeshadow brush, this fluffier end. This is also like a penciled end that I'll use in a minute to kind of get into areas that you want it to just stay there. But let's do Leo just all over the lid first. And just like our lip and cheeks, these colors are highly pigmented as well. So when you get it on the brush, I would tap it off, any excess color off, or blow it off like you just saw me do, just to make sure you don't have too much on that brush to begin with. And if you do and put it on your lid, just blend it, just keep blending it out. You can definitely correct that very easily. And I also, just a tip for hooded lids, I have hooded lids. So with my eyes open, as you can see, my lid comes down. So I'm gonna focus this color above my crease. Don't be scared to lift that color up out of the crease if you have hooded lids. Otherwise, you're not gonna be able to see it. And I used to apply the color in my crease and I was like, why is this not showing? So that will help a lot. Okay, so that is Leo, and let's move on to just a little darker color to the outer corners. And the color that I love to use most for that is Coco. It has kind of like it's like a rich brown, and I think it just goes well with a lot of colors. So what I'm gonna use is this penciled end of it, and I'm just gonna make like a little arrow on the outer part. And once again, I'm focusing mine out of my crease more, and I'm gonna blend it. And if you get it below this line here, we'll fix it. Don't worry about that. I'll show you that in just a minute because that happens to me. So I've got that color Coco right here. I mean, how pretty is that? It just really brings the Leo out. And then same with this side here. So start with just a small amount of color, and you can always go in and add more. And that is Coco here. And really I love going back to if you have hooded lids, I love how just bringing that color up and out just lifts the eyes up. And so you can just keep blending. You can get it as dark or as light as you would like, completely up to you. That's Coco there. And I meant to do this a minute ago, but I love taking my colors also and applying them to my lower lid as well. And I'm just using the same brush. And Leo is a really pretty color to use on your lower lid. I don't really line my eyelids too much, just a personal preference, but that just kind of helps with it. It just kind of brings everything together. And I'm also gonna take Coco and just put a little bit there too and bring it up. Same with this side. And as you can see, I don't take this darker color all the way, just to kind of focus more on the outer parts of that. So how pretty is that? Okay, so that is Coco and Leo. And last, I love to put a brightening shimmer to the inner corners of my eyes. And we have so many shimmers to choose from. The two that I've already applied are matte colors. And let's do a shimmer. You know what? I'm really gonna just go all out, and I'm gonna use this shimmer right here, Unicorn. It's almost like a white shimmer, but it's gonna be so pretty. I apply the shimmers with my fingers, or finger, because I love the placement and just how it lays on my lid right there. How pretty is that? I can tell you one thing, before I started using Seint, before I became a Seint artist, before I was like really playing around with all these eyeshadows, I was so scared to use eyeshadows. Like it scared me. But once I started just playing around with it and all these colors just blend so well together, it makes it easy. And I mean, who would have thought that this white shimmer with these darker colors would go well, but they do. It's so pretty. All right, so I don't like too harsh of a line. I like it all to kind of blend. So I'm just gonna go back in with my eyeshadow brush and just kind of tone that down a little bit. Okay, and as you can see, you probably saw that I love shimmer to the inner corners of my eyes, into my tear ducts. I love that look. Okay, so that's, let's see, that's eyeshadows, and just want a little bit more here. Let me go back in because there we go. Okay, so let's fix, see, I don't like the harsh line here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with this color. It's called Cupcake. Let me find it right here. And I'm just gonna use this same brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that on there. Take care of that line. It just kind of tones it down. I mean, how simple is that? And to clean up any kind of color on the outside here, take your brush that you used your brightening highlight with and just blend that up and out, and it'll clean up those edges. Okay, let's go back to brows. So going back with this line brush, I'm gonna kind of fluff that up again. And I use an eyeshadow called Trust here. That was Coco that I used earlier. This is Trust. And I'm gonna use this, let me show you, this angled end. See how that is? Very small. And I'm just gonna barely go in and fill in my brows. So what I kind of do is focus more on the top part of my brows because I want to lift them up, but also put color where I feel like I should have eyebrows. So, and that's mainly on the top. So look at the difference, and it just makes your eyes pop even more. Let's do this side here. And you can give yourself some fake little hairlines there with this brush. It works really well for that. All right. Hold on. Okay. All right. So that is my brows. I always like to come back to this one. Gonna lift that up a little bit more there. All right. So we'll just do some mascara and then we will be done with eyes. So simple.